I think it's feature presentation time, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Horns
Woo!
up. Hail Satan.
E.
All
Metal bra.
right. Welcome to our YouTube audience here. This is new release. Each week we watch something new and then decide if we want more. And Ashley is about to hit us with
Oh
a sick
gosh.
teaser for what we watched this week and the burning question that we're going to answer. Did you do your homework?
No.
Every week.
Is
Oh,
that the burning question?
I should have. This is where I should have booed you.
Oh yeah, we boo away. Let's see.
I've got one.
Okay, you go. And
Well,
I'll do
I
one
mean,
after.
yeah. I was thinking like, is Hysteria the new Stranger Things?
Oh, that's perfect. Cause yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Well, at least I nailed it for once. All right. Well, let's get right into our Hysteria teaser here.
Do you believe in the devil?
You guys heard about Ryan, right?
Yeah?
Well, him being missing for one day has gotten more attention than me being present my entire life.
So you're jealous of a missing person?
Rock tradition. The devil has always had the best tunes.
People are scared. You want to exploit that?
We are a heavy metal band. Let's be Satanists. Ooh.
Little drum tap and cut. I don't want to just be so reductive, even though, that was a beautiful teaser that I gave. We are going to probably compare it to other shows. But I just want to ask you if, like, you're enjoying the spending time in, oh gosh, what's the
Happy
town?
Hallow.
Yeah, Happy Hallow with the characters, with the setting, with, like, the tone of the show. This is where Teacup went wrong. Like, I didn't want to
Yeah.
hang out there.
Right.
And I don't want to hang out in a violent nature either. But like, I'm still enjoying the ride. Like, where do you stand on Hysteria?
I love it.
Nice.
Great. Yeah. And it is, I actually texted a friend after I finished watching some of it. And I said, hey, new show to check out. It's Stranger Things-esque. And that's pretty much
Yeah.
what I said. So, and it is, but it's just dark. It's like more horror. And it can go more horror, but it hasn't really gone super scary yet. But I think it might.
The kids are older, so Stranger Things was in the mode of like Spielberg stuff from the 80s. So it was following like middle school age kids. Although by season like 3, there's a lot of overlaps of season.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 and of Stranger Things, or maybe even the last one where they're hanging out with high school kids. Eddie, I think, is the guy who's like a heavy metal rocker.
Yeah,
And the
Eddie.
parents are getting all worried about the kids being into D&D. So there's a satanic panic element to one of the seasons. But this show starts right, in the kind of like more adult
Yeah.
time of their lives. And I think the key for Stranger Things, one, you can't just have nostalgia. You can't just make references and emulate a beloved, era of movies. You have to also like the characters. So do you like this trio,
Yes.
this core trio?
Yeah, I think they're wonderful.
Why?
I really like his name's Spud, the drummer. Spud or Crud
yes,
or
that is
something?
Spud.
I love
Yep.
him. He's the best. And
Yeah.
the lead singer is incredible. The main guy I really like yeah, I'm really into the show.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is them performing their show as
At their
Death Crunch.
At their cult meeting.
Yeah. They've gone like they fully embraced the darker side of heavy metal for branding purposes because
And
they
for
think
a
it'll.
girl.
Yes.
mainly.
Yeah, Judith.
Oof.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. The lead singer, guitarist, I guess he's the lead guitarist and backup singer. He is obsessed with the popular blonde girl, but she's got a little bit more edge,
She's
maybe
evil.
than, yeah, a lot more edge than your average high school sweetheart. He's got the best friend who's a girl who's probably harboring feelings for him.
For sure.
and then they have the drummer, who is kind of, I don't know, like the glue of the group. So
And like the comic relief. He's pretty funny. And
yeah, his name's Spud.
yeah, he's wonderful.
What more do we need to say? But yeah, I think those are the ingredients you need. You need a distinct visual tone, which the show has, borrows from a lot of the 80s references that A Stranger Things does. But you also need interesting characters.
Yep.
And then you maybe need kind of like a dark force or a plot that you care about. So why don't you recap the very beginning, like what kicks off the show?
Sure. So a girl and a guy, high schoolers, are making out in her room. Her parents, or parent in this case, is out doing something, out of town maybe, I don't know. And then all of a sudden she hears like a loud knock on her door, or a knock outside. And she's like, oh no, like my mom's home, like hide in the closet. And as the guy's hiding in the closet, this like person comes in with a mask on, and good for the guy. He like comes out of the closet to like tackle this person, and like
he took a little time, but
still, I was just like, 'cause
got
I
there.
didn't think he was going to. I thought he was just gonna watch her get murdered when I first watched it.
Yeah.
I thought that's what's gonna happen. Anyway, he comes out, tackles the guy, tells her to run. As she's running, she gets taken in a van. Yeah, these creepy things. She gets taken in a van by another one of these masked intruders, and then she disappears, and he disappears. But then he goes missing, but she's never reported as missing because her mom.
You've said enough.
Yeah.
Well, her name is Faith, and her mom is the typical
super religious, ultra
super religious, overbearing. She's more afraid of her mom finding out that she had a boy over than her near-death experience, almost. And or she's like, I'll be killed anyway if she finds out.
It's crazy.
But yeah, of course there is some more mystery below the surface. One thing, so I found that opening scene effectively scary. It was a little bit of like a nice misdirection that she was worried that it was her mom, so the boyfriend hides in the closet, but it was actually the kidnapper. And he responded, I think, appropriately in that, like, he had a moment where he froze, understandably, and took his inhaler, and then manned up and burst out of the closet and tried his best to save her, but didn't save him because did you mention what happens to him?
No.
Okay, well, I guess we don't find out until episode 2. Spoiler for whether.
He dies.
Yeah.
He is murdered.
But what I find so interesting about the plot of this, and there's this satanic panic trope that exists that happened in real life. We saw it on Late Night for the Devil.
Oh yeah.
I've got a whole list of movies. House of the Devil is another good one. But every time there's a movie that's kind of commenting, or a show on that movement, the funny thing is all the people that believe in it happen to be right, and the skeptics that are supposed to be the rational, like, normal people are wrong. In this case, like, Bruce Campbell is playing a pretty
I love Bruce.
Logical, even-headed police chief in the show, but he's almost blind to the fact that, like, supernatural stuff is going on and all the bad characters are right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know what the commentary is there. It's just an interesting quirk of, like, anything involving supernatural elements, you kind of feel dumb for not believing in them.
Yeah. Well, and I was going to say at the beginning of the show, and most of the whole first episode, you're not really sure. You're like, well, there's like this weird earthquake thing and things turn red. Like, I don't know what's happening, but maybe like there's nothing happening. And then the scene with Julie Bowen, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like physical evidence. I mean, like, stuff's just happening to her. She's getting dragged upstairs and flung around, unless it's Fight Club, where you could somehow do that to yourself.
But then she's like pulled in the air, and then
that's what I mean. It's pretty definitive that, like, it's not just in her head, because the laws of physics are being broken. And then she has like marks on her skin that she notices on Ryan's mother's hand, right?
And Ryan's the guy who was murdered.
Yes. So there's bigger stuff going on. There's actual animal sacrifices being made.
So you've watched more than the first episode.
Perhaps. Yeah.
Spoiler. How many episodes have you watched? You don't tell me everything that's happening.
2.5.
Okay, I've watched 3.
Okay, so you're
Okay,
actually
cool.
ahead of me.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I've been watching half episodes during lunch.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I'm giving this show my full attention because they are hour-long episodes.
Yeah.
So,
Which I saw and I almost. No, I watched it. The whole thing.
Well, obviously we're both digging the vibe, but let's talk about what's the main guy's name?
Now I want to call him Eddie. I actually don't know any of the characters' names except for Spud, I think.
Well, he's got the hots for the blonde, popular girl, like I said, but we find out pretty quickly that she's like actually into the occult and likes him. Basically, the more hardcore he acts as a Satanist, the more she's turned on, and that results in him like drawing a pentagram, or not drawing, carving a pentagram into his hand. And I don't know, like, do you think, are we supposed to believe that he is just all consumed by his attraction to her, or is Satan like affecting him at all?
His name's Dylan, and
right,
I don't know, because I feel like Satan's starting to kind of weasel his way into him. That's how I'm viewing it. Like, I think there's like something a little bit more than just like, I'm into a girl, I'm going to carve this in my hand, but like something that pulled him more to do it. Because now it's like like there's some evil force in his house. And I think it's like kind of like poaching in on, like encroaching in on him. I
think when he smashes his beloved, guitar and his whole musical setup, and then kind of like stumbles out of the house, he seems like he's having an out-of-body experience then. And that's in the basement that is clearly connected to this evil force. Mm-hmm. That's where his mom goes down. I mean, they're in Hellmouth. Yeah, it's a Hellmouth, or it's just rock music. I don't know. Because this is like the fear that they're commenting on is like, rock music is going to make you evil. Violent movies and video games are going to make you kill people. Mm-hmm. It comes back to my point of like, these rational people in the real world dismiss those claims, yet we all consume things that validate them. Yeah. It's like, I don't know what the cognitive dissonance is supposed to be there.
Yeah, and I think there's 2 things at play. I don't remember the last half episode if I don't want to give anything away.
That's okay. I'm gonna
Okay. Well, I'm just saying like the adults are doing their own thing, and so is Satan, and I don't think they're together.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's just more than one thing happening.
Yeah, it's basic. I mean, maybe not to make a prediction, but maybe the lesson is, if you mess with dark forces, you are just turning into the dark force yourself. You're using that to enable your
something you've always wanted to do
behavior. Yeah. And so Dylan is doing it for a girl. Faith's mom is doing it for some reason. In the first Omen, the nuns are doing it because people are starting to turn their back on religion, so they need to bring the Antichrist into the world.
I've never seen the first Omen, so
yeah, like basically it just came out this year. It takes place just before the Omen. That's the name.
Oh, it's called the first Omen.
Yeah, it's called the first Omen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just saying like the first.
No, sorry.
Confusing.
Yeah, this is Omen 0 or Omen -1.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, they need people to believe in the Antichrist so that they believe in Christ, or so that.
That's what. Okay.
And I feel like that's a little bit what's probably going on with the mom here. She's like, this is good for her because everyone was able to kind of dismiss her zealotry. Yeah. And I don't know. That's why I keep coming back to the same point of like, yeah, is this going to validate the anti-believers, the believers, or just make everyone kind of look like fools? So you actually find this kind of like scary or tense when it's trying to be?
Not really. I did it the
Okay.
first episode because I thought I didn't know what to expect. But now it's kind of more not comedic by any means, but just like it has like a more sarcastic like vibe to it. But I didn't know starting off. I was like, oh shit, like this is gonna be really scary. Like I watched it in the garage, but I left the lights on,
Nice.
so I wasn't sure. And then I was like, oh, it's not bad.
Where your future drum kit is going to be.
Yes,
So
exactly.
you can be Spud.
Yes. But yeah, so it's not really scary anymore, but it's just really interesting, and I like the characters a lot, so that keeps me going back.
I have like this spectrum that I was working on between Stranger Things being the best version of like a throwback nostalgia, fix, where I actually think Stranger Things, like the upside down and seeing the kids trapped there and stuff is legitimately scary.
Yeah.
But like just in terms of tone, I think Stranger Things strikes the perfect balance. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have all the like things that came after Stranger Things, like Totally Killer, that feel basically like an SNL sketch of of the 80s. Like, so you're getting the beats and the references, but you're not. It doesn't feel like a real lived-in world.
Right. Yeah, and
Stranger Things feels real.
Well, and I think it's because they're also keeping the world separate, right? So it makes it a little bit easier to like be like, okay, we're in the upside down, or something's happening here. It's not like in their actual world.
Yeah. Taking us on a tour.
Yeah, the lighting was just hitting me really hard in the face and in the shoulder, and I couldn't keep it away from it. So.
So yeah, well, that's God's light shining on you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
No, this is definitely not on the level of Stranger Things to answer our teaser.
Yeah.
But
it's pretty dang good.
It's one of the better ripoffs for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I know what scene drew you in on the first episode.
Oh,
do you want me to guess? Or do you want to guess? Do you want me to guess? My guess?
You can guess. Well, I mean, was it when they were about to kill the cat?
No. I did not like that scene. I was like, if they do this,
terrible.
I think I'm out. But they didn't, so. No, the slow motion at the locker when he saw Judith. I was like, this is why my brother likes to show. Done.
There's
style.
a scene in Ginger Snaps with the slow motion of Ginger with her new dark makeover walking through the hallways. It's a high school rite of passage, high school movie.
Yep.
Rite of passage.
Up there with mall montage.
Yeah, and then we have the jocks versus the geeks. We have all the high school cliques. So that is catnip for me.
Yeah.
Luckily, the cat was not
not nipped.
was not nipped. Yeah. That's why he carves the pentagram in his hand. Is sort of they want him to make an animal sacrifice, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. But he said he did it. He said he did animal sacrifices. So.
Well, I just mean like that the other kids actually are such hardcore Satanists that they want that, and then they want him to really have a cult so they can join it.
Yep.
What do we think is going on with Judith? She's just a bad seed.
I think she might be part of the devil because she's just really. I think she's more than a bad seed. I think there's something. I think she's gonna like have powers or something crazy is gonna happen with her.
I mean, her mom works at a bar, and like.
And her grandfather's the sheriff or Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. But her mom
chief.
like is an outcast to some degree in the community because she works nights.
Yeah.
and
Wow.
serves
Wild.
booze. And so and Bruce Campbell makes an offhanded comment. I kind of forgot that was her mom. I thought her mom was dead because he was like at the funeral somebody was, I guess his wife was saying, she's not going to be into so-and-so. He's too nice. Oh, she wasn't into Ryan. He doesn't have enough edge
type.
for her.
Yeah.
And Bruce Campbell's like, oh, yeah, like her mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that meant she was deceased, but then...
Nope, it was her.
Yeah. She just works nights.
Yeah. Crazy devil worshiper. But yeah, I think there's something darker with her. I think she's some power. Something's going to come. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll become the devil.
All right. Well, let's see if I have any other notes before we answer the most important question. I did want to play. Let's see. I think I have a clip from.
Oh, we don't have. I thought we had a game.
No, I
Oh.
liked the end credit song.
I
It's
the opening.
from episode 2. They do a Pixies cover
Oh yeah.
of this Eraserhead song.
Ah no! That's like the scariest thing. I hate that.
I always-
popcorn face. Hate it.
I always sing that to Jamie. She loves it.
I'm sure she doesn't.
But
Okay,
you
can
liked
take it off the
Eraserhead.
screen now. Oh yeah, Eraserhead is great, but that it's like so disturbing.
Well, I was gonna play a game where we ranked Teacup versus Bird Mask versus Lady in the Radiator of scariest.
Oh.
So you can just do it real quick off the top of your head.
Is that Lady in the Radiator the one you saw? Okay, so
Yeah.
Okay, Bird Mask, least scary. Lady in the Radiator.
Yeah. So you don't think the mask that the cult wears is that creepy?
No,
Okay.
no, I think it's kind of silly. So I would say they're last. Lady in the Radiator is first, and the gas mask for Teacup is second.
I think I agree with you. Well, except that I love Lady in the Radiator. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's scary.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to do that Halloween costume. That was Jamie also nixed that.
You should do Nicolas Cage.
Meg is doing long legs.
Ah, that's such a good one.
I
That's so
am
scary.
gonna be the prom queen of my own party this Saturday. I'm doing Carrie White.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've got a
Things let
bucket.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, that I've arranged to be dumped on myself. I'm buying myself flowers. I've got a crown. Yeah. So maybe next week
Perfect.
I'll wear the
Perfect.
like aftermath. Of
Oh,
my
okay, cool.
Carrie costume. Because we do still have one
Did
more.
you get a dress?
Yeah, I've got like, if you recall in the movie, she wears like, it looks more like a nightgown or like.
Oh,
it's
yeah, it's
just
like a
a
slip, kind of.
It's just a slip, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got I got something like that at Goodwill, and it
I'm sure
fits,
Jamie will love
sort
it.
of. Yeah, yeah. Well, she's gonna get to do the blood,
Oh,
wedding.
perfect.
So that'll be fun.
She should be the pig and pretend to sacrifice herself and then pour blood all over you. It's really messed up.
All right. Well, enough delaying. Do you want more Hysteria?
Yes.
Easy. You've already watched 3 episodes. You're gonna
Yep.
keep going.
I am going to keep going. I don't know what would happen to make me stop watching it because right now I'm like at a good pace and I really like it. So hopefully they don't really mess it up for me, but we'll see.
Yeah. Maybe you get kidnapped by a bird cult.
I'd be
can stop you.
returned.
Yeah, and then just pick it right back up.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
What about you?
Nothing can deter you. I'm a tepid yes.
Okay.
I mean,
You have to finish the last half. I think that'll bring you back in.
well, yeah. Like I said, Teacup was so frustrating because moment to moment I didn't care about
Yeah.
anything. This show I enjoy. The only thing it's competing with is, just watching a bunch of movies. But if I can squeeze in episodes in between movies, I'm definitely enjoying it. I actually know other people that are watching it, so
Oh,
I'll
nice.
be able to, commiserate
Finally.
with them. And yeah, we'll see how far into it we are by next week. This, interestingly, unlike Teacup, was a binge release on Peacock. Yeah, all the episodes are out.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking binge and I was comparing that to being free.
Right.
My brain did not register what you're saying.
I don't
Oh,
know
so
if
they're
there's
all
8
out?
or how many
Oh.
there are, but they all episodes are streaming from day one.
Oh.
So I don't know what.
I'm surprised
the
I haven't
rhyme or
watched
reason-
more. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know what the rhyme or reason is for when Peacock does that and when
There
they
are
don't.
only 8.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll be done by next week.
Probably not. We have to watch our another feature presentation.
Yes, we do. Great segue. Are you ready to move on?
Yes.
Coming soon to home video.
Okay, so
Nice.
you recommended something
Mm-hmm.
this week. Let me get you the poster here. Is this?
Yes. Woman
what
of
you
the
wanna watch.
Hour
Yeah.
with Anna Kendrick. Where she maybe dates a serial killer. Who knows?
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. What'd you say?
I would say where she maybe dates a serial killer or is like trying to date it. I don't know. I don't really know much about it.
I think this is based on a real situation where someone went on a dating show and then there's a true crime element to it.
Yeah. That's all I've got.
And it's a retro, maybe 70s set story.
Which is sweet. And 70s dating game shows are so funny and awesome. So I'm excited to just get lost in that era.
Yeah, it's going to be like late night with the devil, but for dating. This is the movie that's coming out the day before Halloween on Netflix, which may be just kind of a dumb mashup of all the things that we were, the bad version, the Totally Killer version.
It kind of looks like it based on that.
Yeah, but I'll probably be watching this as well, and either we'll do it for a main review or we'll just mention it in passing.
Okay.
But it's Back to the Future meets Scream, so I feel like I have to watch it based on that.
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, that's what they say.
Oh, I also really like the opening of Hysteria, just as the metal opening. It's cool. I like the music throughout the whole show. I'm really
You
into
like their
it.
band?
Yeah, they're actually really good.
No, I agree. I wasn't saying that.
You just said it like you like their band. Like yeah, I do. They're really good. And I feel like they'd have to be in order to like. I didn't want them to fail.
All right. Well, that's it for this week's episode and live show that's not live of New Release. If you want to follow us, you can find us on YouTube at New Release Radio. You can find us on Spotify by searching New Release. Same for Apple. Ashley?
That's a metal show.
Horns up.
Yee! Hook 'em.